Johannesburg is climbing the list of the most expensive cities to live in. A report by the Economist Intelligence Unit found the price of cars and fuel increased significantly over the past year, pushing up the cost of living. And those of us living in the city know that for real. The rand has also strengthened against the dollar. Now, Anna Nichols is with the Economist Intelligence Unit, and she's based in London and joins us virtually now for more. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Anna. Let's look at the top of that list first, before we start looking at Johannesburg and other countries in Africa and what the trend is there. There's a new city topping the list this year, with Tel Aviv, I believe, climbing from 5th to 1st. What's fueled that move?
Well, Tel Aviv has quite often been towards the top of our list. It's been in the top 10 for the last 5 years. But this year it's seen a particularly strong increase. Part of that is because prices have actually risen in the city and everywhere else because of the supply chain disruptions that we've seen throughout the pandemic. The other issue is the strength of the US dollar, the strength of the local currency against the US dollar. So the currency in Israel has seen a particularly strong rise, partly because of the rapid vaccination program there and the interest of foreign investors in the economy, particularly tech investors. And that's pushed up the currency, and therefore, compared with New York, which we use as our base city, Tel Aviv has seen a dramatic price rise.
The impact of the tech boom is particularly interesting in Tel Aviv, isn't it? And it reminded me immediately of what happened in a city like San Francisco, with the Silicon Valley, of course, almost taking over the existence of that region. And that city also had massive issues with regards to how the influx of the tech boom had an impact on the socioeconomic gap in a city like that, with the price of food going up, the price of property, and of course transport going up, and that had a massive impact on what that city looked like and what it then became known for. Do we expect that kind of trend to transpire in Tel Aviv as well?
Well, in some ways, local inhabitants might hope that it does, but it does cause problems, as you mentioned. We don't actually include property costs in the index, but we do actually track them. And it's clear that in Tel Aviv, property prices have really soared. And as you say, the trouble is that you open up big inequalities, because then parts of the city will not see that kind of growth and other parts will. And obviously life becomes less affordable for those people who are not benefiting from the tech boom.
The impact of COVID-19, where have you seen the biggest impact of the pandemic worldwide? I mean, in the US cities, according to your list, they've fallen in their rankings compared to, with last year, because the government responded to the pandemic by injecting more money into the economy. And I see Rome in Italy has the biggest drop in their rankings, falling from 32nd to the 48th place. And of course, Italy was one of the countries hit first and hit hardest by the appearance of COVID-19. Where have you seen on the list, has COVID really impacted the movement of major cities on that list?
To be honest, it's impacted everywhere in differing degrees. So you mentioned in Rome, obviously Italy suffered very badly. And just in terms of the demand there, it obviously has had an impact on the pricing. But almost everywhere, it's had an impact in terms of those supply chain disruptions that I mentioned. So obviously we've had problems with things like semiconductors. We've had problems with just logistics generally in terms of trade. And that's impacted on things like car prices. You mentioned at the beginning that Johannesburg has seen a big rise in terms of car prices. We've seen oil prices were very, very volatile, but they've also risen throughout the pandemic. And that had an impact across our index. So overall, we found that fuel prices in US dollar terms had risen by 21% between the two surveys that we did. So this was from September 2020 to September 2021 when this survey was done. So lots and lots of impacts throughout the index. In terms of Africa in particular, South Africa, you mentioned that Johannesburg had jumped up the rankings. I mean, generally, African cities had seen quite a strong increase in their costs. So just by comparison, Latin American cities, the index rose by 1.6 points this year. Eastern Europe, 2.4 points. African cities, the index in terms of pricing rose by 4.1 points. And in South Africa in particular, it was 8 points up. So that's a really strong increase. And in this region in particular, it was not just things like fuel costs, but also food prices we saw rising quite strongly.
And South African citizens watching right now will all be nodding their heads in acknowledgement, because we have seen the price of your basic basket, whatever goods that is for your household, the price really has skyrocketed year on year. Let's talk a little bit of those goods, because according to your survey, you examined the relative cost of more than 200 goods and services in 173 major cities worldwide. Now, anecdotally, we always hear people say, oh, you know how much I paid for a can of Coca-Cola at the Dubai airport, or do you know how much I paid for a hot chocolate in Zurich in Switzerland? What are some of the goods that you're looking at when you're putting the survey together?
Well, I mean, you mentioned some of them, and when we do look at things like soft drinks, what we do is we specify particular types of those goods that people should look for. So, you know, particular types of cars, particular, you know, models of cars, particular brands of soft drinks, particular, you know, we look for things like electricity and fuel prices. I mean, we cover things like education costs, healthcare costs, you know, cost of an X-ray. All those kind of things go into the survey. So it really is a very comprehensive view of all the costs across a country and how they would feed into your living costs. And we're very, very specific in terms of how we get people to price them out. So all of our correspondents have to go out and they have to find a cheap price, so they have to go to a cheap supermarket or a cheap outlet and find the cheapest price. Then they have to go to an expensive shop and see what the expensive price for those goods is. And we take all of those data points and obviously analyse what it means on average.
So like a place in the UK, you'd send somebody to an Asda or a corner shop compared to what that goods would cost in a Waitrose, as it were.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yes. So we have, in fact, 3 prices for each good. We take a low price, a midpoint, and a high price.
Fascinating. Before I let you go, let's take a look at Africa. Where are our leading or most expensive cities? I mean, in this conversation year on year, we normally speak about a city like Luanda in Angola, where we know the cost of living is very, very high. What are the trends telling you with your latest list on the continent?
Well, we actually added 4 new cities in the region this time. So overall, we added 40 new cities to the report this time. So that took it up to 173 cities. And as a result of that, we now have the most expensive city in the region is one of the new ones, which is Harare. And that was the only city in the region that was actually in the top 100 of our index this year. And that overtook Nairobi as the most expensive city in the sub-Saharan Africa region. We also added some cities that were right towards the bottom of the index. I mean, in general, the cities in the African region do tend to be towards the bottom of our index. But, for example, Tripoli in Libya came next to bottom in our index. So it's nearly as cheap as the city that's almost always at the bottom of our index, which is Damascus in Syria. And there are obvious reasons for that in terms of just political instability in those regions that tends to lead into price drops and also keeps the currency low, and therefore the comparison with New York very low.
If you look at a city like Tripoli, obviously, along with Damascus and Syria, those two are cities, obviously, in a hotspot when it comes to political unrest, war zones, and that kind of thing. If you look into your looking glass now, this list now tells you, gives you a picture of what has transpired in these cities across the world. If you look ahead, as the world really tries to push into recovery from this pandemic, what are you and your team keeping your eye on before you start preparing to start putting together your list for 2022?
Yes. So in terms of our expectations for the next year, I mean, obviously we try to keep some continuity in terms of how we do the survey. So we actually do the survey twice a year. And in general, other than adding these 40 cities, we try to keep things relatively comparable so that we know what the trends are from year to year. But obviously some of the things that we're keeping an eye on is what will be the impact of the Omicron variant in terms of pricing, because it obviously will cause more supply chain disruptions just with people being ill, disrupting the logistics in that way. But it might also cause a drop in demand. The other thing that's obviously going to have an impact on prices in quite a lot of countries is the gradual rise that we're expecting in interest rates across the world. Even the US is reining back on that kind of monetary stimulus that it's been doing. And therefore that should feed into some sort of gradual price rises in future months. But I mean, we had been hoping before the Omicron variant came along, we had been hoping that prices would kind of moderate over the next few months. We're now thinking that they may stay at a relatively elevated level in terms of inflation.
Okay, fascinating stuff. Thank you so much for your time and for your insight. That's Anna Nichols from the Economic Intelligence Unit based in London. She's the Industry Operations Director. If you're interested, when we started the interview, we said the top ranking or most expensive city in the world is Tel Aviv in Israel, followed by Paris and Singapore were joint second. Zurich in Switzerland is fourth, followed by Hong Kong, New York, Geneva, Copenhagen. Number 9 is Los Angeles in the US, and number 10 is Osaka in Japan. If you're interested, it might come in handy in a quiz sometime soon as well.